I can get you on this stage, I'll try. But he let me come in the club and hang out. He gave me that. Oh, wait, no, wait, that's a different guy. Aiden Park was in there was like a playhouse in LA, and he ran the show there. And I got to do comedy there for him and his buddies, and he was really, really cool. It's like an Asian guy, isn't he?
Yes, he's so cool.
Super good guy.
We are live on Facebook, you guys. Welcome to Comic Spot. We got the amazing Brandon Johnson here. He has been on at the Rio here in Vegas. He was as the opener for Eddie Griffin for 6.5 months.
Yeah, baby.
I haven't. That is not my style. He is way above my league, and yet he's so nice. He's not puffed up or.
Oh man,
he's
got the biggest heart in the world, and he tough love. You want a lesson in tough love? Yes, indeed, he's the teacher.
That's the kind of guy that I would really, like if you're around him and you're opening for him like you did. And he gives you tough love, that's awesome, because you don't want to be told you did good when you know you didn't.
Oh, yeah, he let me know. I bombed on his stage one night. He was like, boo! I felt that, like, whoa, you're right. I shouldn't have sucked. He was like, how you not going to be funny? How you not going to be funny? Boo! Like, oh, shit, I'm so sorry.
Now, you originally came from where? What city, what state? Where did somebody as beautiful as you come from?
I was born in Cincinnati, Ohio at university. Well, back then it was General Hospital back in 1980, not the soap opera, but the hospital. But now it's called University Hospital, and it's located in Corryville in Cincinnati.
Nice. So when you were born, were there other siblings that helped you be this funny, or were you like the only child? What's your birth pecking order?
Well, the beautiful is I'm the only boy. I had 2 sisters growing up. My mom, single mom, a big sister, and a little sister. And my mom has a really good sense of humor, and it just rubbed off on all of us. So that's what I get that from. And my whole family, I mean, cousins. I have a really big family. Really, really big family, and they're all comedians. So
tell me something funny that someone in your family said or did. You say your mom is super funny. Do you recall something she did that was funny?
Well, I mean, oh my gosh. In my 40 years on this planet, there's so many. I mean, oh my gosh, there's freaking miles of books of my mom saying goofy little funny stuff. I'll tell you what, there's something particular that happened in my comedy coming up. My mom is a big support. We went to a show in Louisville, Kentucky, and I didn't have a good set that night, and I was feeling down, and we're riding back in the car from Louisville, Kentucky, back to Cincinnati, and on our way back, you see the different signs for the different little small towns as you're passing on the highway. We rode past the town that said like next stop, Simpsonville or whatever. And I'm not thinking nothing of it. My mom was like, out of nowhere. She's like, I wonder if we go there and we'll see Marge Simpson. And it was so cheesy. And I was not in the mood to laugh. Nothing was funny. But the fact that she's like, my mom, that's her. She's really good at breaking the tension. No matter how bad you're feeling, she'll say something that that's just her. It's her spirit.
Yes, I get it. When I was married in 1974, and my husband had his family from Minnesota come to visit us in Germany when I was in the Army. So we're going around, I'm a newlywed, and I'm supposed to take them on a tour of Germany. And the sign says Limburg. That's the name of the town. So I just made something up, and I said, this is where Limburger cheese comes from. And they found out I made it up on my honeymoon.
That wasn't real. They thought it was a real place, man. Where's the cheese?
Smell it from the freeway. Whatever. So like my mother said things that were like, don't be afraid. If the boogeyman takes you in the middle of the night, he'll bring you back in the morning.
That's nice. At least he bring you back.
Things that kept
That's a
me
nice one.
grounded. People wonder why I have low self-esteem. My father said, don't ever wear anything but a dress because your legs look like upside down beer bottles.
Oh, hey, that's sexy. Good shit. The Coke bottle upside down. Yeah, I can see that.
My dad never knew what a beer bottle was if it wasn't upside down.
That's funny.
So, what are some other things that you grew up around in a funny family, like practical jokes, or how did your comedy get spurred on from very little?
Well, I got teased a lot, but I was silly. So all my friends and the people I grew up around, it was just an energy about us. We all just had it was like nobody. I was around a lot of happy spirits. No matter how bad situations were, anything, it was always somebody making somebody laugh.
Aww.
And my sense of humor was like that. I could always find the funny and stuff. And sometimes that got me in trouble where there was times I shouldn't have been laughing and I was laughing, and so it's just hard.
I love what you told me when we met this week. Privately, we met, and you told me about your different ability and how people were very willing to say things to you, but they weren't expecting the way that you would respond about how you look different. So I was wondering if you could, from the very beginning of the thought, picture that for people, what you went through and how you used comedy to get people on your side about your different looks.
Okay. Yeah, so I was born with cerebral palsy, a very mild case of it. And it's actually on the left hemisphere of my body, so sometimes my eye be like why is eye like that? Cause I'm crooked a little bit. Shit. But the whole left hemisphere of my body, so my left side didn't get the strength, and the right side got the strength, and I walk funny, and people notice it, and I have palsy in my left hand, and I would get called all kinds of names, Captain Hook, little arm. I mean, anything you can think of with something about a hand. I heard it all growing up. So it used to bother me as a kid. I would come home from school crying and stuff. And when I would come home from school crying, the kids picking on me, my cousins would roast me. And I'd be like, man, hold on. It's got to stop somewhere. So I would start roast. My cousins got me strong. My family members would roast me in a healthy, good way. You're going to be out there in the streets anyway. People are always going to talk about you. So you got to say something back. So once people started making fun of the way I walked and how I'm a black nerd. I'm a proud black nerd. Yes, I am. Shit. But as a kid, I didn't understand that. I was like, why y'all fucking with me? And it was I had to learn how to well, not necessarily learn. People would talk about me, but I was too scared to speak back. I would think of funny stuff. But I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get beat up. But in my mind, I would think of stuff. And once my cousins was like, dude, we going to beat your ass if you don't say something. I was like, okay, I got to say something. So I learned to be quick with it. I just, so when people made fun of me, they had no idea where my brain was going to be at. So they'd be like, oh, look at his hand. Your hand looks like a hook. It looks like a pooper scooper. And I'd be like, your mama like a man with a slow hand. That's why they made that sound. So yeah, it was my sense of humor was my defense mechanism.
Yeah.
That's how I ended up, that's what ended up happening is I fell in love with it. I fell in love with the art of just quick-witted laughter. All of my best friends, our main thing was telling mama jokes, making fun of each other, because they would make fun of before they knew me, they would pick on me like, oh, look how he walked, look at his hand. But they weren't ready for me to come back at them. And once they realized I was good at it, they were like, oh shit, be our friend. Come and hang out. So we would go out about around the neighborhood and smoke our little weed and roast each other's shoes and foreheads and your mama, everything. We didn't give it there. Yeah, granddaddy's kneecaps. We talk about it all. We ain't care.
Granddaddy's kneecaps.
Cause we know it's ashy and it pop when he walk. It sounds like Rice Krispies when he walk. What's that noise?
Snap, crackle, and pop.
That's his kneecaps. That's how we got down.
Yes. Now you have a very close relationship with your mother. You were telling me. And
yes.
I want you to give shout out love to your mom and what all she's done for you.
Thank you, Mama. I love you. My mama, Lydia Jackson, who is in Georgia. No, she's in Cincinnati, Ohio now. First of all, I want to say thank you for not getting an abortion. You could have. You could have been like, fuck this. This shit hurt. Because when my mom was pregnant with me, all right, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. Okay, so when I was inside the womb, I wasn't fully developed. And I ain't had no, like, I'm for real, I ain't had no anus. So I couldn't shit. So all my waste was coming out of my mouth when I was in my mama's womb. So her womb was full of shit. And I ain't shit, but I'm shit, but the fuck with it. You know what I mean? So when I was in my mama's womb, they had to like do like a real quick, like get this motherfucker out. Like she had to fart real hard and like say. But my mom went through a really difficult birth with me, and they had a preacher in the room and all that because they thought we weren't gonna make it. But here I am, almost 41 years later, telling the story. And my mom, me being a special needs kid growing up, I had a colostomy bag for the first 7 years of my life. And we used to get like colostomy kits sent to the house and all that. My mom had to show up at the school with my little colostomy bag and kits and all that stuff. And she was a soldier because she could make a colostomy bag out of like a grocery bag and some tape and shit. Like the pack didn't come. I gotta make a homemade motherfucking colostomy bag. So mom was cool with that. I call my mama the Black Sarah Connor. If you like the Terminator series, I call my mom the Black Sarah Connor because she's a survivor. My mother is a survivor. Like her best friend Charlotte, my aunt Charlotte, rest in peace, sister, love you dearly. She told me, she's like, you like your mama, you a survivor. Put me in any situation. I'm gonna last. I'm gonna be here when the roaches is dead. I'm gonna outlast them motherfuckers.
Oh, so you love your mom.
Yes.
You know your mom's proud of you.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah, I know she is. I know she is. We talk. That's the homie.
She has a great son.
Thank you.
What's her first name again?
Lydia.
I was going to say Alicia. That didn't sound right. Mm-hmm. Lydia.
Yes.
You have a great son, and he's so hysterically funny, and he's going to be back doing amazing things. You can just feel it. Look out. This guy.
Look out, y'all.
I'm thinking about buying a vehicle and taking you on the road.
Get out of here, girl. Shit. Let's see the world. Let's make the whole world laugh. Comedy can bring the world together. Everybody in America that's watching this, not even just America, the world, the globe, the galaxies, all over the dimensions, everywhere. We got to come together. I seen Spider-Man with them dimensions. I'm talking to everybody in every dimension, even all the other me's. Come together. I watched too many movies. I've been on quarantine.
Can you see me with a brain injury at the wheel driving you and you flipping people off out the window?
Shoot, Jay, I'll get in the car with you. Shit, Jay, smoke blood. I don't give a damn. Go. Fuck it. We're going to save the world as long as we're happy. It starts within. It's going to take the love frequency, y'all. If you don't have the love frequency within, it's not going to gravitate towards you. It's magnetic. You got Linda. If you guys haven't met Linda, she's got an amazing spirit. Like her comedy and what she's about, the world. Y'all need to hear her story. And she needs to shine. You need to shine, girl. And my saying is this. Keep shining. And if somebody step in your light and get burnt, they weren't supposed to be in it, girl. Keep shining. That's like a vampire. Get out of here.
So let's tell everybody who Brandon Johnson was. getting to where you are today. So you grew up, you're born and raised in Cincinnati, Ohio. Did I get that right? How's my memory? And then you wound up going to Las Vegas, to the Rio with Eddie Griffin. What happened in between Cincinnati, Ohio, and Las Vegas? Tell us that story. I've heard it. I want them to hear it.
Okay, all right. I'm about to take you on a journey.
I'll flip people off while you drive.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I like that. Okay, so y'all, what you want me to start at birth, or you want me to start at when I was starting to do comedy? I can start wherever you want.
Let's go with, when did you decide you were going to do comedy? How did that first night go? And then everything up to this point.
What made me want to be a comedian? I tell you what, I'm an 80s baby. I'm 40 years old. I was born April 15, 1980. So all the comedy that was on in the late 80s and early 90s, I was a kid at home soaking all that up. Def Comedy Jam, Comic View, all those old. I'm old school black, so I like the old school. I like everybody comedy. You know, everybody comedy good, but old school black comedy movies like Hollywood Shuffle. I can't think of another one. But you know, things like I'm gonna get you, sucker. The Wayans, in Living Color. When I was a kid, all that was hot and new. So I was sitting there soaking that up. And when Def Comedy Jam came on, that's when I watched Def Comedy Jam, I was like, I'm one of them dudes. I can do what them dudes do. I'm one of them guys. Like, and for some reason, the formula in my head, I thought like, all you gotta do is be skinny and black, and you can do comedy. I thought that was the formula, because every time I watch Comic View or Def Comedy Jam, it'd be a skinny black dude, and he'd be funny than a motherfucker. I was like, I'm skinny and I'm funny. I can do that shit. So that's what made me want to be a comedian. The comic that I watched growing up that made me really want to take it to the stage was Robin Harris. Robin Harris from watch Bebe's Kids. That's it's an animated movie, but you got to listen to the album Bebe's Kids. I had the cassette tape Bebe's Kids, and I would listen to that whole Robin Harris album front to back. And that was I would listen to that. Eddie Murphy had a cassette tape that I used to listen to. I don't remember what it was called, but it was the one where he had that little flower on the side of his head and shit. I used to listen to that album. My grandfather had this.
I wasn't noticing that. What is that?
This is Richard Pryor's album. That nigga's crazy. And I understand, because me too.
How old is that album?
Honestly, let's see, when did it come out? When did this come out? Let me look at my dumb. Shit, it don't say.
It was probably 1960.
No. 1974 Grammy Comedy Award winner.
Wow.
And I'll tell you what, there's a story. The way I got this album, I didn't buy this myself. At my old apartment, before I was living in this apartment here in Vegas, I had this crazy roommate that was like a super party dude, and I actually saved him from getting beat up by some thugs in the parking lot because he was drunk, and I was like, oh, don't beat the dude up. He just fucked up. I got his back. And before he moved, he was like, hey, bro, I know you're a comedian and stuff, man. You can have this, man. And you right on there. Congratulations on your comedy. And he moved back to Chicago because he was doing too much shit in Las Vegas. Some people can't handle Las Vegas. You got to stay focused in Las Vegas, or that's your ass. But that's the story behind how I got this record, though. And I don't got no record player. I just have it as decoration. And you know. What
you do is you just put up your finger and put the record on there, spin it, and get a needle.
Hey, if I had this little hand, I'd be able to do it. I can't even hold nothing up. Girl, you know I can't even grab two titties. I just got to squeeze one and push the buttons. Yeah.
So you decided to go on stage, and what was the first club, and how did that go? Tell me about that experience, because Like when you lost your comedy virginity, was it
Okay.
painful?
I remember
Did you
that.
feel anything?
I remember that. It was October of 1998. I was 18 years old. I got kicked out of high school that year because I was too busy being a class clown. I didn't have enough credits, and I was 18. They was like, "What the fuck is you doing? Get the fuck out of here."
Me
Man.
too.
Right.
too.
So when I got kicked out that following fall, my big cousin was like, "Dude, you running around here making people laugh. You ain't got no job. You ain't doing shit. You 18. They got a little comedy club where they got a funniest person in Cincinnati contest. This club was called Go Bananas in Cincinnati. What's up, Go Bananas? I remember. I love y'all." So I went to Go Bananas in 98, and my friends showed up, my mama, everybody supporting me. And that night I learned that being funny around your friends is not the same as getting on stage and critiquing jokes. You gotta have structure. I didn't get that. I thought, like, yeah, I'm gonna just go on stage and I'm gonna say funny stuff. And they're gonna be cracking up. Well, I went on stage and I bombed. I mean, like, I think the audience laughed because they felt sorry for me. Like, oh, bless his heart. Just laugh at him. Just laugh. He trying. Oh, but I remember I was so nervous. All I could see, like, the crowd was like, it was real dark in the room, and all you could see was like candle lights from the table. And you could kind of like see a little bit of the people, but you couldn't. And I didn't have no material really because I thought, like, oh, I'm funny. I could just be funny. I didn't get, like, dude, you gotta write jokes. You have to write jokes. You have to. If anybody say, all right, just get up there and freestyle, you ain't gonna make it. You ain't gonna go nowhere. You got to have structure. You got to put shit together. I didn't get that. But I had potential. So I didn't do good that night. But the guy that won the contest that night was a Mexican guy, cool as hell. I forgot what his name was. Freaking back in 1998, but real cool Mexican dude comes up to me after the show. He's like, "Dude, you're funny, but this isn't your type of club." It was like a conservative type of crowd, which is cool, you know, ain't nothing wrong with that. But there was a hole in the wall bar downtown Cincinnati that was a urban club, an urban nightclub. I gotta say, like, there's an urban club. So he told me, he was like, "Man, you need to come down to this spot called the Greenwich Tavern." The Greenwich Tavern is located downtown Cincinnati. I forgot what that street name is. It's off of People's Corner, Cincinnati. I know what I'm talking about. I don't know if it's still there. I haven't been to Cincinnati in a long time. But my mom, he told my mom, he was like, bring him to the Greenwich Tavern next Tuesday night, and they'll let him do his thing. This is the week after Halloween, 1998. Now, for Halloween that year, I got to explain this right. So Halloween that year, I was a hippie. For Halloween. If I don't know if y'all remember those hippie costumes that they sell at like Spencer's Gift and shit, but it was like the different color flower bell bottoms and the different color flower vest and the different color little headband to go under the big old afro and shit. So I was that dude for Halloween. So when my second time ever on stage, when I'm going to this urban club, I had them different color bell bottoms with the flowers on, and I had on a black hoodie and a black skull cap, a black scully, like, bam. So that's all I had, black scully, black hoodie, and some big different color bell bottoms. So 18 years old, little skinny little dude. I walk into the bar with my mom. I'm with my mama so we can go in. I'm there for comedy. And I remember one of the comics comes up to him. He's like, yeah, you know, don't, you know, tell jokes tonight. You know, don't try to gross nobody out. I guess he thought since I was young, my humor was going to be ass jokes and all that shit. Now, so I remember they called me up on stage, me being a skinny black dude with a black scully and a black hoodie on and some big ass different colored bell bottoms. They weren't ready for it. So I walked up on stage with them big ass bell bottoms and the whole crowd started cracking up laughing. As soon as everybody started laughing, somebody in the front row was like, man, where you get them pants from? And I was like, your mama's closet. The whole crowd started cracking up laughing. And from right there, I started cracking on the dudes in front of me because that's what I knew. That's what I knew from high school, my buddy. That's all we do is back and forth, back and forth. I'm ready for it. Somebody say something messed up about me, I'm ready for you. So I just started eating the little dudes up in the front row. Had a really, really good set. That wasn't even a set. It was just me being funny for my first time on stage. So I get off stage that night, and there's people coming up to me and my mom. They're giving us business cards and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, wow. Oh, my goodness, this is what I need to be doing. I'm a comedian. This is cool. So that night, there was an older black lady that came up to me. She really liked what I was doing. And she was like, baby, you funny. I have a banquet next week, and, we're going to give you $100 to come out and do some comedy. I'm like, oh, shit. My second time doing comedy, and somebody offered me $100 to come and do some comedy. I'm like, shit, yeah, that's what's up. So I'm like, this is going somewhere. So that week, the night that I was supposed to do that comedy show for the ladies' banquet, all right, y'all, I smoke weed. I've been smoking weed since I was 15, the summer of 1995, and I'm 40, and I still do it. But I got to tell y'all that part so you understand where I'm going. So the night that I was supposed to do this ladies' banquet show, I remember I was really excited about it because I'm getting some money for this, and this is a banquet, about to get my name out there and whatnot. So before the show, I'm sitting on the porch with my uncle. They smoke weed and shit. He's like, man, little nephew, you better go to your comedy show. You better go do some comedy. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do comedy. He's like, man, you want to hit this blunt? I'm like, shit, yeah, I'm a weed head. Like, shit, yeah, I hit the weed. So I hit the weed, and I'm all like, shit, yeah, that weed was good. That was shit. So I was stupid, weed high. Whoa. My stepdad come and pick me up. My mom's husband at the time, she ain't married with him no more. This brother shows up. Now, he's one of them old school black dudes. You don't know what he be saying half the time. He be talking like that. I'm high as hell, and I'm in the car. He's talking to me because he's taking me to the comedy show. He's my ride to my big gig. So he's taking me there, and I'm high, and he's talking to me. I don't know what he's saying. I don't give a shit because I just need a ride. And yeah, baby, comedy, comedy, you can tell some jokes in your mouth, So he drops me off at the. It was like a Marriott or Ramada Inn, where they have them banquet halls and shit like that. So he drops me out there. It's in the fall, so it's already dark. It's 6 o'clock and shit. He drops me off. No cars in the parking lot. I'm the first person there. I walk in, and everything was set up all beautiful, and the lights was dim, and the chairs. You know how they got they have a gym floor with the mic in the middle, and then all around they got the tables and stuff. It was that type of atmosphere. So I get there, man. I just smoked some weed with my uncle. I'm like, shit, yeah, high as a motherfucker. The lady that hired me to come walks up to me because she's there already. She walks up to me. She's like, she looked at me. She's like, did you know that this is a show for people that have been in rehab and recovering? I'm like, no. I didn't say that, but she knew, and it was so scary after that because I was just sweating, shit. I still had to perform, and I ain't have no jokes because I was all high and I was paranoid because the lady with this high motherfucker then came up here. I can't get high with him. It's like, no, I'm playing. So she was like, they ended up making me go on. Not making me go on. I ended up going up, and I was the first comic to go up. And I remember they were just do 10 minutes. 30 seconds in, I'm sweating oh my gosh, and this is spotlight on me. It's hot. The light was hot, and the people was in the audience not laughing. They were just looking at me. I felt their eyes was sizzling on me you ain't funny. So I wrapped it up real fast. I think I was on stage for a minute and a half, maybe. And that lady was supposed to give me $100, but she that lady, and I felt bad too because not only did I embarrass myself, but one of my aunties and her husband was there, and he was a recovering alcoholic, and he was there, and they act like they were my cousins. That's all right. I wasn't looking for him. I understood. I found the lady that was supposed to give me $100. I was like, hey, can I get that $100? That lady wanted to slap the shit out of me. She gave me $20. The hell out of here. Catch a cab, mother scratcher.
And took all the $20 to get a cab back.
So, well, I ended up calling some friends back and give me a ride home. But I learned from that. I learned to respect the game and respect the business.
Yes.
If you're gonna do this comedy, take it seriously. If somebody gonna hire you and book you to do a show, come sober. If you do your shit high, that's how you do that's how you function. Do you? But when you got some shit to do, be right. Yeah. Iron out your wrinkles before you wear them damn pants.
Oh my gosh. So that was the first time you got on stage, and it didn't go that well, but you did get paid on your first gig, and you got out there, and then people started coming around supporting you. Tell people about who all saw your talent at a very young stage in your career.
Okay, I'll tell you where that part kicked in. Back in, okay, so all right, I'll tell you guys. After that whole bombing at that place, I stopped doing comedy for years. I said, I'm just gonna get a job at Spencer's Gift. Yeah, I'm gonna get a job at the mall. I'll be great.
You worked at Spencer's Gifts?
Oh yeah, I was assistant manager. That's one of my favorite places. They still try to hire me back. I miss that place. That's one of my favorite places to work. Hell yeah, I can sell edible bras and shit.
That is the best place to pick up practical jokes ever.
Yes, and women. Yeah. But yeah, no. So I back in it was 2004 when I was living with my big sister in Cincinnati. We lived 2 blocks from the zoo in Avondale, close to the zoo. If y'all know where that's at, Cincinnati, folks. Me and my sister lived on Lorona, and around the corner from her, there was a couple blocks from her, it was a bar called the Mad Frog, and that's located in Clifton. I don't know if it's still there, but that was like it was a hot bar back then. It probably still is because it was a good spot. But they had an open mic comedy night there. I was 24 years old, living with my sister, sleeping on her couch. There at night, I wanted to get out of the house, find something to do, and found out there was open mic comedy. So I was like, shh. Let's give this shit another try. Let's try this again. So I go to this club, I go to the bar, and the guy running it was a good friend of mine named Bruce Leonard. And Bruce Leonard, cool ass dude. This is where I met him. This is back in 2004. And
he's now a Vegas staple.
Yes, he is a Vegas comic right along with us out here, and he is funny than a motherfucker. That's my brother. We go back. This is how I met him. This is how me and him met. So I go to this bar, and I asked how do I sign up? And they introduced me to him. He's like, "Oh, bro, come on, man, you're funny. Sign up." You know how he talk. I love you, bro. You know how he talk. He's like, "Yeah, dude, you're funny. Come on back." So he ended up giving me the green light to come there and get on his open mic and work on material and stuff. And he's the one that was like, dude, you're funny. You need to take this shit seriously. Write down your jokes, develop a set. And from there, we were doing the open mic at the downtown Cincinnati at the Mad Frog for about a year. And after a year of us doing there, they opened up a Funny Bone in Newport on the Levee, it's right on the border of Cincinnati, Kentucky. It was across the bridge, but now it's back over. It's weird since Kentucky, Cincinnati, Newport. And you got to be there to understand it. But they opened up the Funny Bone in Newport on the Levee, and Bruce Leonard was like, dude, you need to go over there and meet the manager and take this comedy seriously. You can get some work. You can get your shit together. So he takes me to the Funny Bone, and I meet this guy named Jeffrey Jenner. Big ups to Jeff Jenner. What up, bro? Real talk, man. I know you don't probably see me nowhere, but what's up, man? You know what I'm saying? Good looking out. But I auditioned for Jeff Jenner, and he started giving me work. That's when I started getting MC gigs. The first person I got to open up for was Bruce. Shout out to Bruce and his crew. I ain't seen y'all in some years, but much love. You know what I'm saying? I got to open up for him. And the gigs that I got, they were MC gigs. So every time I would work with one of these comics, I got to be the host. So I would go on stage with my first little 10 minutes of my own material. And then I would bring out the feature act. The feature act would come and do their half hour or whatnot. And when the feature act was done, I get back on stage, crack a couple more jokes, talk about the rules of the night, and then I would bring on the headliner. And that's what I would do every time I would get the hosting gigs. So I hosted first for Bruce, which is much love, brother. See you when I see you. Some more from Queens of Comedy. Big sister, she like a big sister. I ain't seen since 2004. And I gotta say something special because she was like a big sister that night. She showed me how to make an intro. She walked up on stage like nobody had ever seen before. The music came on out of nowhere. And most comics would come in from the side stage and walk up the steps like everybody else. Not some more. Not the queen. Some more came through the crowd. She was like, that music came out. And they were like, oh, shit. She came through the crowd on them. I was like, whoa, okay. That's how you make an entrance. You gotta get your song that you like. You gotta have your vibe because your song, whatever song you come out to, is what set the tone for your whole show. So if you a live, like a charismatic personality person, you got that song that match your style. And I saw that was more like, oh, okay. And I feel I gotta say this. Some more, God bless you, sister. When I met you back in 2004, you were such a queen. They're like a big sister to me. You invited me to your after party, and I didn't go because one of my best friends got killed that weekend. They was dealing with I was like, oh man, I just got a big gig and my homie, you know what I'm saying? So thank you. It was an after party in Jack's in Cincinnati downtown. If you remember that, I remember that night. I didn't go. I felt bad. So some more, God bless. All right, so other gigs I started working. I got to open up for Ralphie May. Ralphie May was really cool. That was a loud fat white dude from the hood. That's why we clicked. He was like, ow, what's up, man? I got Ralphie May hip to Montgomery Inn barbecue sauce in Cincinnati because he wanted some ribs. I was like, you gotta get you some Montgomery Inn. His fat ass was like, shit, yeah. It's like so, Ralphie, I got to work with Ralphie May. He was cool. Tommy Davidson, I got to work with him a couple of times, and Tommy Davidson was one of them dudes that I always told you need to get out of Cincinnati, man. Because I was stuck in Cincinnati. I'm on Social Security. I ain't got nothing. I'm at home playing video games. I do karaoke and comedy. That's about it. And Tommy Davidson, I met him a couple of times, man, and he would tell me, like, dude, you need to get out of Cincinnati. You need to get out of Cincinnati. So, I understood what was up. You got to get out the nest. And fast forward, I auditioned for Def Comedy Jam, but didn't make it when they were trying to bring it back on. The only reason why I didn't make it is because I auditioned 2 months after my heart surgery. So I couldn't, I tried. I was like, ow, I'm funny, believe me, but this shit hurts. Help. Please believe me.
So, you can do it now.
Oh, shit, yeah. That's where all the material come from. I'll tell you this. One of the coolest persons I worked for was John Witherspoon. Rest in peace.
Tell me all about this John Witherspoon I've heard so much about.
Oh, the late, great Pops, Johnny Witherspoon. He is everybody's granddad, everybody's Pops. Rest in peace, brother. Excuse me. It ain't the Rona, I smoke weed. Shit. So Mr. Witherspoon, I got the honor of hosting for him back in early 2011. This was the same year as my heart surgery, but like 11 months prior, like before. And it was such an honor to be chosen to be his host because the chemistry was on point. I'm a little skinny, little young dude, and he's the old school flavored dude. And it was really cool. But I say when I met him, I'm gonna tell you this. I showed up at the Funny Bone. When I was first trying to grow a little afro, I kept a do-rag on because my hair wasn't long enough. It was kind of like messed up or whatever. And I walked into the green room where Mr. Witherspoon was, and he seen I had the do-rag on. Now, mind you, he's old school black dude, and I'm a young black dude. We the only ones in the green room. I walk in, and he's sitting there, and he looked up at me. He's like, "Oh, take that do-rag off your head." And he gave me that look. I'm like, "Oh shit!" So I take it off real fast, like, "Oh shit!" As soon as I take it off, he look at my hairline and he's like, "Put that motherfucker back on." I was like, "Oh shit, I just got roasted by John Witherspoon." Right off the bat. First thing out his mouth, he roasted me. But I'll say this. He he gave me some really, really, really good advice about being a young black comedian. And he told me, like, he's like, don't be a comedian for just black crowds. He said, I understand that's where you get that's where you come from, but don't be a comedian for just black crowds. First of all, ain't enough money. They only make up a certain percentage of the population. You want to make everybody laugh. And we sitting there, he was like, look out in the crowd and tell me what you see. You know, we was in the green room, so I couldn't like open the door all the way. I had to peek out the door. I peek out the door. He's like, what kind of people do you see? I'm like, I see black, white, Mexican, Chinese, everybody. He said, that's who you want in your line at your show. You want the world to be standing outside. You want everybody to come and see you. Be a comedian for everybody. Make everybody laugh. That's why I like when I've had comedians say like some, you know, I ain't knocking no comic. I ain't knocking nobody. I give props to everybody that gets on stage and tries the shit. Do it. Even people that suck. The fact that they got up there and did it. That's man, shit. That's courage. So anybody and everybody. But I learned, like he said, don't be a comic with just black folks. And like what I learned, like I was a nerd growing up. I got picked on, so I be making people laugh was like how I got my friends. So I didn't care what color you was. As long as you making you laugh make you happy, it makes you happy. Why don't I want people to be happy? You know what I mean? Like if me meeting you if somebody meets me for the first time and I say something funny, they automatically want to hang out again. Like, hold on, what's this guy gonna say in there? Let's hang out again. So I love stand-up comedy. Don't get me wrong, but I just love making people laugh. I don't care if I'm on stage, off stage. I don't care if I'm working at Arby's, mopping the damn floor. He know I ain't want to mop up all that damn French fry grease on my first day. That's some bullshit.
Oh my gosh. And so you opened and worked around all these greats. And what would you say is one of the best things you've learned along the way? Or have you already said it?
No, there's so much. There's so much. Now I got to give props to the legendary Eddie motherfucking Griffin. Because without him, I would still be in Cincinnati in that apartment, scratching my motherfucking head. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Am I funny or not? Because I used to think, like, am I funny enough to make it in Hollywood? Can I do it? And when I'm gonna tell you how I met Eddie Griffin. I gotta tell that story.
Yes.
So, because a lot of folks only. My Vegas family, I love y'all, but y'all only know the Vegas part. Y'all only know the sad part of me and Eddie Griffin. Y'all don't even know that right. Y'all don't even got that shit right because you didn't even ask a motherfucker. You should ask a motherfucker. Yeah. But anyway, so the way I met Mr. Griffin, it was back in 2013, 2 years after my heart surgery. I had my pulmonary valve replaced at December 15, 2011. So that was after the Witherspoon gig and whatnot. So I spent 2012 healing and all that stuff. 2013 rolls around and I ain't doing nothing. I'm done healed from surgery. I'm depressed because ain't nowhere for me to really do comedy. And I was depressed. And so, oh yeah. Okay, now let me finish telling this part of the story before I go on to something else. So May of 2013, I saw that Eddie Griffin was coming to town. And I literally, like, I'm not gonna lie, I used to cry, like, what the fuck? Am I supposed to do this comedy? Is it going somewhere? Am I funny? I don't know. I wanted to live on Social Security. This is some bullshit. So I actually asked God, like, am I supposed to do this comedy something? You got to give me some type of sign or something. So when I seen that Eddie Griffin was coming to town, I was like, you know what? If I'm funny, he's about to let me know. That's where my brain was at. I was like, I got to meet this guy. Now, fortunately, me being already working at the Funny Bone, I was a regular there. Like, I would go to the shows just to hang out, sit in the back room. Anytime somebody I wanted to come and see came to town, even if I didn't meet the comedian, I would sit. They would always give me a free pass to come and sit in the back row. I had my little plate of French fries and my little pink lemonade. That's all I asked for. Nothing else, just French fries and pink lemonade. I always asked for French fries because in the back they always had a whole bunch of fries. I was like, give me some of them damn French fries. I got enough to give me some of them. So they would give me my French fries and my little pink lemonade, and I would sit back and watch all the comics that would come to town. Got to see George Lopez. He was cool, but I didn't get to meet him, but I got to see stuff for free. So anytime I want to see somebody, I got to see him. So when Eddie Griffin came to town, I was like, I'm gonna go like I do everybody else, go see him. So when he came to town that night, I had met him before years ago, just on some like meet and greet real quick, just like, regular. And I had got an autograph from him. He's autographed my Undercover Brother DVD years before I met him. And when he came to town, I remember I was in a bad mood that day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna walk to the Funny Bone, go watch this show, and I'm gonna try to meet Eddie Griffin. So I go there and I watch the show, and I was sitting by the green room because I used to work there. I know where the green room is. I'm sitting close to the green room. That's where my seat was. And when he comes back, when he gets off stage, I got to watch his show. When he walks off stage, he walks past where I'm at, and I stood up and introduced myself like, hey, Mr. Griffin, I'm Brandon Johnson. I'm one funny. You got to promote yourself. Like, I'm a funny comedian in Cincinnati. I ain't trying to knock nobody for motherfuckers be like, oh, this motherfucker ego and shit. No, I was just promoting shit. So I say, oh, Mr. Griffin, I'm a funny comedian in Cincinnati. Can I give you a guest spot? Because whenever you want to work for a comedian and they come to town, the thing to do is ask for a guest spot. Hey, can I get a guest spot? I've done guest spots for. Matter of fact, I did a guest spot for D.L. Hughley. You ain't even watch me, man. You sat in the back room. You should have watched me, man. I'm funny. I had said, he cool. Ain't no dissing, no beef, no shit. So, people twist shit on the internet. Don't get shit twisted internet. So Eddie gave me his attention, and he was like, say something funny. So I cracked a couple jokes, and it made him laugh, and he was like, stick around. I was like, oh, shit, okay. So he was like, holler at me after the next show. So he did his second show, and I got to meet him in the green room. His bodyguard took me back there, got to meet him. And he was like, come back tomorrow, and I'll let you do 5 minutes. No, he's like, I'll let you do 5 to 10 minutes. I don't remember how much it was. So that night, I was so excited. I walked home from the comedy club back. If you're in Cincinnati, I walked from the Funny Bone to Clifton. Happily, like I ran on one foot. I ain't give a shit. I was like, like, so I get back to my apartment in Clifton. I call my mom, like, wow, I got to meet Eddie Griffin. He's gonna give me a chance, give me a guest spot. Da, da, da. My mom's living in Georgetown, Kentucky at the time, so she drives to Cincinnati the next day, of course. So my mom, the old school black dude neighbor, I forgot your name, man. I apologize, but you was cool in the mud, but he was support. He came to the club. My mom came to the club, and I remember when I got to the club that night, there was a comic there that was running the show, and I was like, hey, I'm here to do a guest spot for Eddie. He was like, you're not here to, I'm the opening act. Eddie doesn't, he has a contract where blah, blah, blah. I was like, motherfucker, go ask Eddie himself. And motherfucker was like, never mind, you go ahead. Oh, hey, fuck out my face. So,
totally.
I go back and knock on the door myself, because I'm like, hey, what it is. So I knock on the door, and Mr. Griffin cool, his crew back, his buddy back there, they cool. And he was like, yeah, I'm giving you 10 minutes and stuff. He's like, welcome back, little dude and stuff. He was real cool. And I was like, because my whole thing was like, I've done guest spots for big time comedians before, but they didn't watch. Like, I asked him, I was like, are you gonna watch me? I was like, hey, thank you for the time, but are you gonna watch? Like, yeah, I gotta wait till the lights. I was like, all right, cool. So the show starts, and they give me my time on stage, and I was supposed to do 5 minutes, ended up doing like 10 minutes, did my little thing and whatnot, and I made him laugh. The fact that I made him laugh, that made me feel good. Because that's one of my dreams, man. Like, all these names that I've listed, these people that I talk about, I grew up watching these people. So if I can make them laugh,
yes,
checkmate.
That's it.
You know what I mean? Because that made me feel good. Like, and from there, he met my mom. He brought me and my mom backstage, and to the green room, and he let her know, like, I'm gonna help this brother out. I'm gonna get him up out of here. I'm work with him. And it was such a magical, like, he literally changed my life forever. Ever. I never would have even thought about coming to Las Vegas, because I don't gamble, and I ain't about to get no strippers, no damn money. So, but he told my mom, like, get him a plane ticket to Las Vegas, and I'll take care of him from there. And that's how I got to Vegas. That's how I got to Vegas to open up for Eddie Griffin. And he didn't just book me as an opening act, he booked me as the feature act. Like, he had the host and he booked me as like the feature act. And I'm gonna say this, it was so surreal, it was so beautiful, but at the same time, it was scary. People don't understand how scary it was for me you gotta understand, like, I went literally from Cincinnati over the Rhine, Clifton Avenue, overnight to Las Vegas, where everything is bright and big, and man, you're funny. You get on stage and everybody's here to watch you. And I'm like, oh shit, okay, wait a minute, slow down, cause I can't take the heat, slow down. That's where I was at. And so when I first got here, that chemistry, me getting on stage and the old school Eddie and the young school dude, you know, it was a match made in heaven. It was a match made. He had the formula down. He got it. I started getting homesick. I started missing my family. I started okay, so when you're on a show, a professional show, especially a Vegas show, we're all professionals. I'm a professional comic. I'm underground. I might not have a website and all that stuff and videos, but I'm a professional comic. I'm just underground. When you work at a professional show, especially in Las Vegas, you got your P's and Q's, everything got to be on. You got to be ready for the show. No matter what's going on, the show must go on. You got to be ready to perform, no matter how you feeling that day. I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready for that pressure. There was some days I was like, oh my goodness. And my emotions is here. I'm Aries. That's my sun sign. If anybody's in there, I was in my emotions, in my heart, and I missed my family. And his family and friends were so cool, but I was so nervous because I didn't know nobody. I didn't know. Like, they want to pick on me. They want to beat me up. I didn't know. But his whole everything around his life is heart. It's all love and it's truth. And if you ain't truthful with yourself, everybody gonna feel that. If you lying to yourself, everybody gonna feel it. If you're not yourself, everybody gonna feel it. And he could tell. He was like, you funny, but you scared. You scared. And I was nervous. And it turned into me trying to impress him instead of me just being myself.
Oh, I get it.
You feel me? Because he was like, you funny, but stop being scared. Stop being a punk. I was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna try it. I can say this though. One night I was kind of salty because like I work bad under pressure. So if somebody comes to me like, dude, I got these people in the crowd, they're here to see you tonight, so I need you to show out. I'm like, oh shit, oh goodness, what am I supposed to say? How do I show out? What am I supposed to do? And now I'm on stage thinking too much and I'm sweating. It's like, if you just didn't tell me that was in the crowd, I'd have just hit this little fucking swig of bottle of wine real quick and I'd have just went on and just did it. When I don't have the pressure of, you better be funny, exactly. It just goes because that's my personality. My personality, I can't help it. Sometimes I'm funny when I don't want to be, y'all. Sometimes I want to be. Sometimes I would like to be serious.
It's a blessing and a curse.
Yes, more of a blessing though. It's a curse because it got me kicked out of high school. But I tell people, I didn't go to high school. I went to school high.
I graduated with an empty diploma, but they handed me a fake, like they give you a book and inside it's your diploma. Mine was empty. They're like,
oh shit.
So glad to get rid of me.
But I got my GED. I got my GED in Georgetown, Kentucky. Yes, I did. Shout out to my family, the McIntyres in Georgetown, Kentucky. Maria Hernandez, Jenny Hernandez. I love y'all. I love y'all, Georgetown. Everybody. Shit, even them kids that picked on me, you motherfucker.
They made you strong.
Yes, they did. And I appreciate everybody.
Yes.
It took a village to raise my ass.
Took a village to raise this idiot.
Yes, indeed.
That's my favorite saying. It took a village to raise this idiot. So, what's the thing that you want to accomplish in life before your time is through? Do you have one goal that you have to do to?
Yep.
What
Yep.
is that?
There's a bunch of them, but after turning 40 and summing up all of my gifts that the Creator has blessed me with,
Yes.
I'm supposed to use my gift to bring people together. Everybody in the world that can see this video. My name is Brandon Johnson. I'm trying to like iron out the wrinkles in my comedy and my musical stuff so I can use my gift to try to wake y'all the fuck up so we can come together. Because if we don't come together as a human race, I don't care what your religion is. I don't care what country you come from. I don't care what, we are people. We are people and we got to get along. We got to come together. I'm a gift. I can only do so much. I'm tired of waiting on a disability check that ain't shit. They done raised the brother rent. Like the hell I'm supposed to do? I'm not a janitor job. I didn't even get a janitor job because the Rona done took it.
Jeez.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so to answer your question, I want to use my gift to heal the world and bring people. Now I can't. Yeah, heal the world, bring people together, make it a better place for you and for me and the entire human race. There are people dying. If you can't never live in, make a better place. You have my lips question. Hold on. You and for me. Yeah, that's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's beautiful. So when this corona thing is over and it's free for you to go back on the road, where would you like to travel and do comedy? If you found people with, like you don't drive.
Right. I'm trying to, ladies and gentlemen, if y'all anybody want to donate a car out there that got one they ain't doing nothing with, donate it to it, bro. I'm about to get my license and shit, but I'm on disability. I can't afford to buy no car, but I can maintain one. I can maintain one. This guy. But answer your question, I'll go anywhere to do comedy. Anywhere they want me to come to, as long as they can. If they feel I can make them laugh, if I'm your style of brand of humor that you want to have on your stage, invite me. I got my credentials. I can do a good hour as long as you want me to go on stage. I got enough material to keep going. But the way my brain works, I got old material, new material, and it just comes on the spot. So, yeah. So, really, though, I was told to go to L.A. Everybody's been telling me you need to go to L.A. and do comedy. I want to go back to the Comedy Store. I did the Comedy Store once. I got to give another shout out to somebody. Two people, Erin Shower. I don't know how to spell her last name, Shure or something like that. Erin Shower, she's a comedian from Cincinnati. She did comedy at the Comedy Store. She worked there for a couple years back in like 2010. She invited me to the Comedy Store, her and a lady named Kathy Lewis. Hi, Kathy Lewis. Bless you, sweetheart. They gave me a chance at the Comedy Store to get on stage, and I made them people laugh, and they gave me the credit to come back, but I couldn't afford to stay in LA, and I had to leave. Like, they were starting to give me like a chance in LA, but I couldn't afford it because I got stranded. So Kathy Smith and Erin Shower at the Comedy Store back in 2010. I even signed my name in this little wall. Like, when you go in the comedy, I only been in the Comedy Store once. So I went that little hallway in the back where the green room at. I sat in that little spot. I wrote my name real little, Brandon Johnson. So I don't know. I've been in the Comedy Store. I sat in a while in there. I was like, oh, Richard Pryor probably farted in here. I don't know.
Oh my gosh. So my time is about up, and we've almost gone an hour.
Whoa.
What is something that you'd really like to leave people with? How can they help support your comedy career and you?
Well, I'll be honest with you. Just keep me in your thoughts and prayers. And because I'll be honest with you, I'm such an underground comic. I suck at social media. I got an Instagram. Look for Brandon Johnson, or my Instagram name is Killa Klownin. That's Killa Klowin, like Killer Clowns, the movie, but it's Killa Klownin because I'm black with, I got black and jazz it up and shit. And shut up and somebody was saying, we can't say that. So it's Killa Klownin on Instagram, or look for Brandon Johnson. I'm about to start making videos and skits and stuff like that, like, because I'm so used to stand up and doing pure stand up. I don't know how to be an internet comic. I don't know how to be a YouTube, Instagram comedian, because I'm old school. I like that. Give me that mic and that crowd. That's what I need. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, like I said, follow me on Instagram, Facebook. That's just personal for family and stuff, because I don't need to be doing comedy and shit on there. But I tell you what, if you come to Las Vegas, just look up Brandon Johnson. If you need my phone number, I'm going to give y'all my phone number, 702-581-8223. That's my phone number. That's how you reach me directly. It's Obama phone, so I got unlimited text. I'm gonna keep it, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to keep it 100 all the time up in this mug. So y'all can reach me at 702-581-8223 if you want to book me as a comic. I'm on Social Security disability, and I'm a heart patient, so I've been quarantining like a mug because everybody's like, I'm a high risk person because I've had my pulmonary valve replaced and I've had a lung collapse before, so I can do comedy. I'm free to do comedy anytime. And I love you. Look, shout out, hey, give love to Linda Marcus Smith, because she is a sweetheart and she is doing the daggone thing. Real talk, and she's giving all these comics the spot to open up and talk about their career and stuff. And I feel bad because I should have go to this website and check out my this. I'm just an underground comedian. I just show up and show out. That's what the fuck I do.
That's wonderful. I'm going to put this out there, and I'm going to let bookers, agents, and club owners know to give you a call and get a hold of you and put you on stage.
I got a resume. And I'm going to say this. I want to give a special shout out to the city of Las Vegas. Everybody in Las Vegas, all the performers here. I'm going to say this. When Eddie Griffin let me go, I could have went back to Ohio and gave up on everything, but I had to get used to this city. And there's some crazy shit out here. Don't get me wrong, but I love it. There's so many good people, so much diversity here. All the artists that left their hometowns to come here, that missed out on Thanksgiving and Christmas and all the holidays because we're grinding for our art and trying to be the best. I don't care if you're a dancer, a singer, if you're shaking titties and Popeye's chicken, I don't care what you do. Do it to the fullest. And Vegas, what I'm saying? Vegas is full of diverse artists and stuff, man. And I found a lot of my best friends. I do karaoke. A lot of my best friends I found at the karaoke bars here in Vegas. Shout out to Doug Price and Peppy Holman. I hope I'm saying your last name right, Peppy. Doug Price is a legendary karaoke guy. Y'all send this guy some love. And I miss karaoke. I miss when Vegas comes back to life. We're going to do karaoke, comedy, everything. I'm telling you, everything is coming back. But much love to Las Vegas. And every Las Vegas comic, I ain't got no beef with nobody. I love all y'all. Grind and do y'all shit. Grind and do y'all shit. We the hottest city in America. Everybody want to come to Vegas. If everybody grind and do their shit, we can be like the Vegas, but that Vegas comedy scene dope. Everybody come together, man. Real shit. I got an idea for a movie for everybody in Vegas, like a little Las Vegas little shit, but we gotta come together, people, before I share my ideas. If motherfuckers try to steal it, I gotta say that. I love you, Linda.
I love you so much, Brandon Johnson. You say you don't know how to do this on the internet, Zoom, and you do. You got what it takes.
This is my first time.
You're rocking it.
This is my first time. I'm gonna sign out like this.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
I'll post this with all my thoughts. I'll put them all on the thingamajig, and I'll let you know it's ready for you to reshare it.
That's what's up. Much love, everybody. I'm a gamer. Find me on PlayStation 4. Add me. I got Cyberpunk and Grand Theft Auto. Brandon Johnson. I love everybody. Love you, Linda.
What are you on PlayStation 4? What's your handle there?
It's Be Cool. B _K It's like it's a black way of saying cool, like be cool, like be cool.
Be cool.
Or you can just look up my real name. Just look up Brandon Johnson, and you'll see my picture. There's a picture of me with Heath Ledger's Joker with a knife to my neck.
All righty, I'm out of here. Thank you.
All right, love you, sister. That was fun. I'm glad we did that, baby.
Bye, Lydia.
She said bye, mama.
Bye. Love you.
I love Mama Sue. I love all my aunts and uncles, everybody that I didn't name. I didn't forget everybody. I'm just, I love everybody. Everybody influenced me. God bless.
Love you. You're the best.
You too, mama.
Bye.